Together, the mortar and pestle form some of the oldest and most useful of humanity's inventions. Their image adorns many pharmacology symbols because pharmacists have been using them to prepare medicine for centuries. But it's with food that this simple tool is most closely associated. The basic principle is simple enough. Put the object you want to crush in a bowl, then take a stick and grind it down. But not all mortars and pestles are alike. For one thing, the material used can make all the difference. Wood and ceramics work well, but for many, nothing beats stone. Granite provides a tough, non-porous surface. A craftsman prepares to carve. He starts by using a masonry compass and a liquid called Chinese ink to draw the mortar's inner and outer circumference. He can easily remove the ink if there are any errors. He roughs out the shape with a hammer and chisel. He then works with a grinder, which is equipped with an extremely hard diamond-tipped blade, making it possible to cut through solid stone. Once he's defined the outside edge, he begins to work the inner bowl, carving out the perimeter before cutting a grid. He turns again to his hammers and chisels to remove material from the inside of the mortar. He uses the grinder to cut the last chunks and fine-tune the surface, giving it the smooth, consistent shape of a bowl. He uses a square to transfer a mark to the bottom of the stone. He marks the base with his compass. The circumference of the base must be slightly smaller than the top. He quickly roughs out the base with one of his chisels. Then it's back to the grinder, which he uses to clean up the circumference and begin making a series of angle cuts into the sides. With hammer and chisel, he knocks off the pieces left between the angle cuts. Thanks to years of experience, he makes it look easy. With the grinder, he works away at all of the surfaces, smoothing them to a consistent finish. One wrong move with this tool could mean being forced to start over. But this is a highly skilled artisan. More than 10 years of training make it possible for him to work with unhesitating speed and assurance, completing a finished mortar in less than an hour and a half. But of course, there's something missing. A mortar isn't much good without a pestle. Once again, working with the confident swiftness of an expert, the artisan uses his grinder to hone a chunk of granite down to the shape of a well-balanced pestle. Wide and blunt on one end and narrow enough to easily grasp on the other, the stone is perfectly calibrated to do its job. In the days before power tools, it would have taken a craftsman a full day to carve a mortar and pestle. But a carved mortar and pestle isn't necessarily a finished one. Here, a painter adds the final touches. Using a small brush and special varnish, he paints a lotus flower design on the lip of the mortar. He leaves the bowl itself untouched, so that no food products will mix with the varnish when crushed. He then varnishes the exterior of the mortar. The varnishing process is purely decorative. Hard stone like granite needs no protective coating to help it endure. After all, some granite has been around for millions of years. It takes just 15 to 20 minutes for the varnish to dry. And with that, the mortar is completely finished. The lotus flower design isn't the only one available. This facility produces a wide range of mortars and pestles. These mortars and pestles may be attractive, but their appearance is secondary to their function. There are few tools in a kitchen more durable or more useful than a good mortar and pestle.